Well, I don't see anything. Out the right front corner, you see both of our crawlers, guys. Largest track vehicles ever built. This is what we use to take the rocket assemblies from the VAB out to the launch pad via the crawlway. Now these crawlers weigh 6 million pounds. They go 1/2 mile an hour loaded. Unloaded, they do speed up to almost 1 mile an hour. They have 8 sets of tracks. Each set's larger than the bus. Each set has 57 cleats, and each cleat weighs 1 ton. This one right here has been refurbished and strengthened for the SLS. I'm going to show you exactly what it does here in just a few minutes. Coming up next is a mobile launch platform, one of 3 that were built for the Apollo program and then converted over for the shuttle. This one was used 30 times. The first time was for the Apollo 11 moon launch. The last time was for the last Discovery launch. Now, if you look up underneath, you'll see 3 large openings. That's where the flames from the rocket engines come through those openings down into the flame trench, which is built right into the elevated launch pad. Now 39A, guys, is 3.5 miles away. 39B is 4.2. We have that radius around those pads. That's called the safe blast zone. When NASA developed that Saturn V rocket, their engineers figured that if that rocket blew up on the launch pad, it would destroy everything within a 3-mile radius. So what does NASA do? They build everything 3.5 miles away. That's what they do. Yeah. And then they say, let's go launch a rocket, the most powerful rocket that ever launched. Over to the right, the beginning of the crawlway, guys. The crawlway is 7 feet deep, filled with rock, sand, gravel, concrete, asphalt, hydraulic oil, diesel fuel. I think even old cat litter. The top 10 to 12 inches. Alabama river rock from the Tennessee River. With its round edges, it makes a smooth ride, and there's no iron in this rock. That means no sparks. And that's a good thing when you haul around solid rocket fuel. There it is, folks. That's high bay 3 there, the gray bay door. If the door is open, that's the mobile launch platform and the 355-foot tall tower for the SLS. They're actually assembling the SLS on the back side of that tower. The first test flight is going to be in 2020. So once that rocket's finished, that crawler we saw will come up underneath that mobile launch platform and lift the whole rocket assembly up, all 26 million pounds, and take it out to 39B via this crawlway right here in front of you. The building with all the windows, that's the Launch Control Center, the LCC, the main nerve stem or brain trust of any launch at Kennedy Space Center. It has control of the launch for only the first 8 seconds. After that, control switched over to Mission Control, which is in Houston. We have a problem, Texas. Now, as we pull out here, guys, look out either side of the bus. That crawler you just saw, it doesn't go down one side of the road. It straddles that green grass in the center. It's wider than an 8-lane highway, folks. Took about 8 hours to get that shuttle out to the pad. Up to 20 hours for that big Saturn V. Legend has it, first time we took the Saturn V out, we ran out of fuel. Yeah, you can understand, though, because the crawler gets a whopping 32 feet per gallon of fuel. Next video is going to tell us some of the history of 39A.
We are now approaching Launch Pad 39A. It was constructed for the Apollo program.